All right, good evening, everyone. It is Wednesday, July the 4th, and this is our 32nd grass court season show. We did about 28 shows running up to Wimbledon, and now we have done, I think this is 4 or 6, into current Wimbledon news. So it's been a lot of work, right?
Yeah, it has. It's been a long grass court season because I guess we've never really paid attention to it as much as we have now.
Yeah, I mean, Carla and I started roughly about 14 days ago, I think, maybe 16 at this point. I'd have to look back at the history of the videos we've downloaded to see. However, I must say that I have to tip my hat and give a much respect to tennis broadcasters, any news media anchor, weatherman, 10 o'clock news, 4 in the morning. It takes work.
It does, yeah. You don't realize how exhausting it is to talk. So
So
it's fun.
Yeah, but we have had a really good time. We're really excited about doing the tennis news. We just did the women's a moment ago. We'll download both this evening. We'll do the women's first. So if you're seeing this first, we just did the women's Wimbledon results, news, podcast discussion, and fantasy team update just a moment ago. So you can check that out on a previous video. This one is for the men's.
Right.
All right, so we're going to jump right into men's ATP Wimbledon grass court season scores, notable wins, notable losses, and as well Carla and I's head-to-head matchup. And we had our two sons involved too, we have 5 kids, but our 2 oldest sons that can actually keep up with players and so forth joined in with us in this first tournament for them. I think they're pretty much out of contention. They may have a shot, so we'll just keep posted Carla and I's fantasy team competition that involves both men's and women's combined.
Correct.
All right, so moving forward, we spoke about July 4th and how, again, we live in the U.S., but and July 4th is an important day for everyone that lives in the U.S., but tennis is a global language, and I think it's important, given that we're bringing tennis news results, that maybe we can substitute something exclusively for a U.S. holiday for a global holiday. And because I couldn't come up with one in the history books or so forth, we had discussed coming up with maybe a few global holidays. Because tennis is global, we're bringing tennis news. That maybe we could have an end of diseases, infectious diseases day, or we could have an everybody play tennis day, or we could have an end of cigarette smoking day, or maybe we could have an end of racism day. Maybe have a day, and again, Independence Day is great, obviously, but because we're bringing tennis news, and again, if you're a tennis player here, or if you're a tennis player in Antarctica, or if you're a tennis player in Greenland, or if you're a tennis player in Djibouti, you're a tennis player. So let's vote on that. Check out the previous video for the options, but I think all of them wrapped up in one would be a good option.
Definitely, I agree with you.
So I'm going with today as Happy Global Tennis Day, so let's go! Let's get out there and get a tennis racket, whether it's a broomstick or whatever, whether it's a rock or whether it's a hollow pine cone, and let's start doing ups and downs with that.
Sure.
Up on the pine cone, whatever. It really makes life, which is tough, a little bit better. Okay?
I agree.
Let's go. All right, so again, viewer shout-outs are the most important. We had a viewer, Fekona, F-E space K-O-N-A, that corrected us on some false information that Carreno Busta, a men's player, had a... We said that, or Carla...
I said, yes.
Carla indicated that Carreno Busta had a one-handed backhand. He actually has a 2. So that's really... If you saw the first video, you'll see my explanation, but I'm a one-handed player on both, obviously, wings, but one-handed backhand. And if someone was talking about my game and said I hit a 2, that would be something I would want to correct. So thanks, Fekona, for that, because Carreno Busta does not have a one-hander. He has a 2.
Yes, he does. And my apologies again. I'm glad he was paying attention and listening to what I was saying.
All right, so as always, I checked the camera. I'm sorry to get up, but I don't have anyone to assist me to make sure the camera is rolling. All right, so thanks again to Fekona. bringing up the Carreno Busta correction with his non-one-hander but has a two. All right? So today in men's tennis and some of the women's matches, but more so for the men's, had a rain delay at Wimbledon. We talked about this on the women's video, that the rain delay is kind of part of Wimbledon. It's part of the grass. I think sometimes that green beat-up grass, when it gets brown in the middle at the service or the baseline right there at the center hash mark, I think sometimes that dirt calls in the rain and it brings in rain showers. And we had some of that today, but I thought it was good. I mean, okay, Wawrinka, I think, was a beneficiary of such.
Definitely. He needed that rain delay. I mean, he can recuperate and think about what he needs to do, and now he's got a good chance of actually coming back on this match.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes
he's playing somebody maybe who's probably, I've never heard of that player. Maybe he's been on a tour, but you know, he can maybe get some coaching and analyze the match a bit and come back good tomorrow.
Yeah, I think the other night we were watching Strokes of Genius 2008 Wimbledon story, in which we both watched back then, but we saw Nadal beat Federer in 2008, the second time they met there. I think Federer won in 2007. Where the rain came and the drama unfolded after they came back out in the midst of almost 9 o'clock at night. So the rain is kind of part of the tradition, and we can hate on it as much as we want, and we can hope it comes as much as we want. But I think that's the whole tradition behind it. So a lot of rain delays today. I think Wawrinka was a beneficiary of that, and we're going to get into the pros and cons of that for Wawrinka shortly. So, again, we are very grateful to do these tennis shows. We enjoy it. Again, we're going to do it whether we bring it to you or not. We've done this for years, and finally a couple weeks ago we decided to do this, and we've been grinding it out for a couple of weeks. So we figure if we're going to do it as we fall asleep at night, or if we wake up in the morning and we're cooking breakfast for 5 kids, again, hence the name, that we might as well talk about it here and just our days as fit and go from there, right?
Right.
Good job.
All right.
So Carla's done a great job. All right. So, by the way, good job for Wimbledon putting a roof in, because a couple of years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, maybe not even that long, we wouldn't get any Wimbledon's matches at all if it rained.
Right.
Good job on the roof.
They were the first ones, right, to put a roof, or was it the Australian?
No.
Australian doesn't have a roof yet.
No, I think Australia was the first.
The first, yeah. And then Wimbledon followed.
Yeah.
And I think U.S. Open's doing the same
And then the
thing.
French are still open.
Well, it's clay. It rains, and it's good for clay. It don't rain that much there.
Let's go roofs. Let's put roofs up everywhere.
They're very expensive, so ticket prices go up, too.
Remember
that. Remember the fans. They got to pay more. So.
Yeah, forget the Goodyear blimps. Let's just get rid of blimps. They're dangerous to fly. And just make blimp tennis courts everywhere.
Expensive.
But just make it free and figure it out.
I come from New York, and I know how expensive it is to play.
Wait a minute. Don't we spend trillions of dollars on unnecessary wars, and we can't spend maybe $1 billion for tennis courts?
Tennis you're talking about. Tennis is almost a dying sport, I feel like, in
America.
Yeah,
and I guess I shouldn't bring up that when talking about tennis. So anyway, bubble tennis courts for everybody. I think we can make it happen. So
Nadal tried at Florida. He tried at where did he try? Boca Raton, but they did not vote through his plan. I mean, they didn't want him there, so.
Yeah, I think it is very feasible to promote fitness, health, and put some tennis courts in places where, I mean, we live in a place where there's only 2 tennis courts for miles. I mean, 50 miles around.
No, not that much.
About
we
40?
have 2 tennis courts in Dauphin Island, and then a few others in some condos that no one uses, and there's cracks and grass growing out of it and weeds growing out of it. And the next one closest is like 25 to 30 miles, and that's out of high school.
Yeah, I mean, the tennis courts here are few and far between, and I don't want to delve off into that discussion because we have a lot to talk about on the
let's
men's.
get to it.
So we're going to we'll make a separate video on why we think U.S. tennis is on the decline, and why we think we should have more tennis courts for everyone, public especially. So we'll get to that in another video. All right, notable men's and women's, women's was before. Notable men's wins and losses today. So I'm going to start out with my 17th seed, or one of my fantasy team players, Lucas Pouille, that lost today, and that hurt me. That really did hurt me. Lucas Pouille lost, and I had him on my fantasy team.
Ooh, too bad, so sad.
Yeah,
I'm sure we're fine, Justin.
Yeah, so Lucas Pouille lost today. I don't know. He had a set where that looked pretty good to me, but I mean,
he struggled in the first round. So here he struggled in the next round, and he lost.
So again, we've been doing a fantasy team competition. I had Pui on my team, and I was dealt a loss today on my fantasy team. So that's a 1-up for Carla here. All right, so I'm going to give a shout out to my own father, who is 80 years young, and that is a heck of a tennis player still, and a longtime steward of the game, going back generations. Brought out a point today about the match that involved number 13 seed Raonic, Milos Raonic, that defeated Millman, Australian player, right?
I think so.
7-6, 7-6, 7-6. And then in every single tiebreaker, 7-4, 7-4, 7-4. And I think the quote was, hard to forget these scores. Yeah, 7-6, 7-4, you're good. It happened across the board. So good knowledge drop there. I never would have thought about that. So that was pretty cool. So thank you for that. But I expected Raonic to win here, and even more so than 7-6, 7-4, 7-6, 7-4, and 7-6, 7-4.
What a score.
What a heck of a
Wow,
score.
you can't forget that score. He's absolutely right.
Yeah, I think I'll remember that till, like, my kids have kids.
I think they even interviewed him because of that.
Yeah, I think they did a post-match interview
Yeah,
about the absolutely random score.
Yes, they did.
Wow. Raonic can be dangerous here. Be careful. The young kid, Daniil Medvedev, who I've spoken about for a couple of weeks, had talked about him being my unseeded player for the men's bracket, took out a gentleman today in straight sets being unseeded. Watch out for Medvedev to jump into this group of young players like Zverev, that's Alexander, or Sasha, or Coric, or Shapovalov, any of those guys. Watch out. No one's been talking about Daniil Medvedev. I have, long before he won this match today. Am I wrong?
No, I mean, good for him because, you know, he did okay in the grass season. And usually I find that the players that win these tournaments end up doing bad in the Grand Slams. So,
Let's go, Medvedev. I've been
for
talking about
him.
you for a while. Good for you.
I mean, look, Coric won. He's already out. Wozniacki won her tournament. She's already out. Kvitova won her small tournament. She's already out. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I mean, Federer is Federer, so
I agree.
he's the exception.
It's the exception to the rule. Agreed. All right, so Sam Query today. Let's go, Sam. Let's
For
go.
me, it's a great thing. I have him in my draw.
Look,
I told you he'd do good.
even though she has Query on her fantasy team, I'm glad he won. I don't have him, so usually I would hope to have a loss. But Query looks really humble and really good on the court. I think he's in his happy place.
Yes,
It
he
looks like
loves grass.
It looks like Query is in his happy place from his new marriage, I think, and from where he sits in life. He just seems easy on the court.
He was confident out there. Good. I watch him.
Yeah, Query seems very relaxed, almost like, just...
Yeah, once he took that first set tiebreaker, it was pretty much a smooth sailing for him.
Good job for Query. And he beats Stakowski, who's beaten Nadal in a big match before. So good job, Query. Moving on, Monfils, unseeded player. I like Monfils a lot. Always have. I wish Monfils well. He's a heck of an athlete. And he won today in 4 sets.
Yeah, I thought when he lost that first set he wouldn't come back, but he did. So good for him.
And a really impressive thing, an American player, unseeded McDonald, wins in 5 sets. And I want to say it was 11-9 in the 5th. Good training, good fitness, good coaching, good mental fortitude, good psychology, way to dig deep. When you win 11-9 in the 5th, way to go! Let's go!
Yeah, basically that's the person that wins, a set that long is the person that's willing to be out there longer, that's fit. Mental toughness and physical toughness counts there.
Good job, McDonald. 11-9 in the 5th. Great job. Hopefully you don't lose the next round, because usually when players go 11-9 in the 5th, they usually lose the next round. Let's prove that kind of time continuum theory wrong. My theory is that most players, they go 11-9 in the 5th that are unseeded, and they take out somebody. Generally the next match they lose, like decisively lose it. So I hope you break that continuum. Manarino, the Frenchman, who's done big things here. He had a great grass season in Turkey, a tournament before that, and defeats Ryan Harrison today.
I think they went 4 sets, so good for Manarino. He's a seeded player. He was supposed to win today. Too bad for Ryan Harrison next time.
Again, Ryan Harrison, I think, seems to be a fine young man. Really does seem to be a fine young man. But, again, I don't know how to put this. if I played Ryan Harrison, I wouldn't be scared to play him.
Neither would I. Nope, not at all.
I'm not saying I would beat Ryan Harrison.
No.
He may bagel me.
Sure.
But I would not be scared to face Ryan Harrison at 40 years old with 5 kids. I'm saying this is a fact. If Ryan Harrison were to show up here and Carla was hitting with me, I think I would bow off the court and let Carla play Ryan Harrison. Straight up, coin toss, who you betting on? I'm taking Carla. As long as her serves on it, Ryan Harrison's done. I don't mean that talking trash. I'm just telling you. So, if that's the best we have in men's tennis for the U.S., again, you can check out previous videos.
No, he's not the best, but he's
a good kid. But
yes.
if I got a mother of 5 children that has had 5 children, your body, 5 children, I would bet on you to beat Ryan Harrison.
Okay.
Anyway, moving forward, depressing in a sense. Federer rolls today, 6-4, 6-4, 6-1. I'm not going to dwell on this too much. Expect it, maybe even worse. Maybe I expected a 2-2-0, but okay, he got through.
Yeah,
okay.
he rolled
Federer.
through him. He did what he had to do. Next match.
Isner, match suspended on serve in the 5th set. So, if I remember correctly, and I don't know this for a fact, so I'm not calling facts, but I think Isner won the first 2 and lost the second 2.
Yes, he did.
Okay.
I can't believe that.
Well, here, let me go ahead and explain this. He's, 6'8"? Somewhere in the 6'8" range. He's been on tour a very long time. The big serve only holds up so long. For me, I think this benefited Isner for the rain to come. And we've talked about the rain for the men's and women's for a long time for this tournament. Nadal benefited from the rain with Federer in 2008. Maybe if not for the rain, Federer would have rolled. We'll never know. But Isner was obviously shoulder tired, arm tired, mentally tired, because you can only keep up that blistering serve so much. Hence why he's won 2 out of 3 set tournaments, but the 3 of 5s abate him or disappear from him. You can only do so much. So I think Isner comes out tomorrow and holds serve. Now, whether or not he can break or win in a tiebreaker, I don't know. But the big server tends to let one down, like Karlovic. Give me another big server that's big serve only. Stakowski was one of them, I think. Give me another big server. Big serve only. Kevin Anderson's another one.
Oh, yeah, he has a big serve as well.
So, anyway.
But the problem here with Isner is that, just like he did many years ago, he went through 5 sets with Mahut and lost. Even if he wins tomorrow, I think he'll be too
Wait a minute. Wasn't it like 59 or 68? It was ridiculous.
It wasn't even a match. They were just pushing the ball, basically. But even if Isner wins this match, I think he'll be too tired for the next round.
Well, yeah, I mean, hey, good job, Isner, to be in a 5th, but you better be lucky the rain came. Because a big guy like you, it's really tough. I admire your longevity in the sport at your size. I'm surprised he hasn't had Del Potro type injuries already. So good job. Keep up the good work. But come out firing tomorrow and plan on breaking. Otherwise, this might be the last round for Isner. Tsitsipas, the 31 seed, who I like a lot. I do like a lot, but he's playing a young American kid who I just went off on the other day, Jared Donaldson, about flipping out on the referee. Young kids make stupid decisions, but Donaldson and Tsitsipas are both young kids. So I haven't seen Tsitsipas flip out and belittle and get in some referee's face, which was absolutely ridiculous by Donaldson. Needless I say again, Tsitsipas is up 2-1 over Donaldson. Let's go, Donaldson. Let's go.
It'll still be tough. I think Tsitsipas will come out fresh tomorrow. I think Donaldson will have a tough time.
But Donaldson can come out fresh too. Look, I'm always hard on him.
Yeah, but I think Tsitsipas had a brain fart really on that 3rd set. So
maybe so, but again, I'm hard on the U.S. players for a reason. Again, I'm not speaking from a non-credible standpoint where I can't tell you what I see in the majority of Americans' tennis. No, I'm not at USTA camp, and no, I'm not in Boca Raton, Florida, but what I have seen coaching from 4 and 5 states at the country club setting is a bunch of spoiled brats that come out with the latest gear and the latest rackets and the latest strings and the latest shoes and think they're so Billy bad you know what that their gear is going to take them to the finish line. And then when they lose, they blame the strings, they blame the grip, they blame the shoes. Mommy and daddy buys them new shoes, and at the end of the day, they just suck. So at the end of the day, Donaldson, you got a chance to win here, but let's shake off, like I've said before, the blame it on the refs bull crap. and let's just fight. Tsitsipas obviously is not going to do that because I'm sure mom, dad, coach, whoever it is in Greece would just literally like DDT him in the ground like Ric Flair. Woo!
All right, let's go to the next match, Justin.
Come on, Donaldson. Represent, Donaldson. Let's get it done. Okay? Tsitsipas is no different than you. You're in the same deal. Fight. Okay? All right. Glad we had that discussion for the second day in a row. Let's go, Donaldson. Just get it done. Go, Donaldson. I want you to win. I want you to win.
All right, baby. Come on. We're not going to get to everything.
Wawrinka. This is the big match. Shout out to my dad again. 80-year-old that brought this up again. Wawrinka versus Fabiano. Wawrinka is down 2 sets. He lost the first set 6-7. He lost the second set 3-6. And he is up 6-5 in a third on serve. Now, shout out to Vlad the Music Box, who has called out Wawrinka, winning 3 majors already, the French, the Australian, and the U.S. All he needs is Wimbledon. He gets a career slam. Can he come back from 2 sets down on serve in the third and win this match?
He was trying to pump up the crowd on that third set, trying to get the crowd involved. Even if he gets through this, I don't think he'll win Wimbledon, no. I think he's still got a lot more work, a lot more recovering to do. He can win this match, though. I mean, this rain benefit him a lot.
Let's go, Wawrinka. I still like Djokovic a lot, too. All right, so we have Kevin Anderson, the number 8 seed, versus Seppi. That ended in rain delay. Anderson is up 2-1 against the veteran Seppi. Seppi's tricky, but I think Anderson should close.
He should close. I'm surprised, he even let it go this far. He should close with that big serve. I mean, he's a big guy. He should put the ball away.
Yeah, he should close.
Enough of the drama.
So Carla and I both have a fantasy team. We've discussed this at length. We both have Giles or Gael Muller as our unseeded player. Giles Muller lost the first set to Philip Kohlschreiber today, the 25 seed veteran, beautiful one-handed backhand.
Yes.
We both picked Muller as our unseeded player. Well, I have 2 unseeded, but her only one is Muller. So Muller lost the first set and is at 6-6, tie-break time in the second set. Muller is infamous for going to tie breaks because of his blistering serve, blistering forehand. I expected every match and every set he played to be 7-6, but I expected every set to be Muller winning 7-6. So, I expected Muller to win all his matches 7-6, 7-6, 7-6. Next match 7-6, 7 for the benefit of the tiebreaker in his serve. But he coughed up a set today, and he's at a 7-6 or he's at a 6-6 point. Does Muller win?
It's gonna be tough. I think he'll go to 5 sets. I really expect this match to go 5 sets.
Muller, I need you to win. To me, Muller, you're like Tomic.
Same
to me.
here. He would be the first one I would lose. So
yeah, Muller. I talked about Muller as my unseeded, Tomic is my unseeded, Kachanov is my unseeded, and Benito is my unseeded. And Muller, I need you, bro. I need you. All right. We had Cilic that was up 2 sets, cruising over Peya. He's like up. I think. I forget
3-1, something like that in the third set.
Yeah. Cilic is just waiting to come out and serve out the match.
Yeah.
Men's notable matches for tomorrow, and these may not include the continuation matches from today because we just talked about those. So we have an Italian Berrettini versus GL Simone. Simone again is a veteran. I've never been a big Simone fan, but he's tricky, kind of like the Kazakinas of the women's draw. They show up kind of almost like, I guess Simone is like Wozniacki. They don't really have a weapon, but they can really hang in there. I don't have Simone going too much further either way.
He should do fine. He should win this round. He'll go into the next round, I think. Let's
go, Simone. I'm rooting for you. Veteran. Julien Benito, another Frenchman, on top of Simone and Monfils, that won. Will face the U.S. player Tiafoe. I'm a big fan, again, of Benito, and I'm trying to be a fan of Tiafoe. Again, U.S. tennis player. I hope the best, and I hope he gets better. Great story. Fine young man, and from what I've seen about his whole story, it's absolutely heartfelt. Much love. But I think Benito wins here.
I don't know. I'll disagree with you. I think Tiafoe has a great chance to beat Benito. He does Benito's last year, but Tiafoe has the weapons and more energy than Benito.
Yeah, I mean, if Tiafoe, I don't disagree with you. I think Tiafoe has a shot, but I think Tiafoe has to take his shots against Benito because Benito's been around so long. He's just going to be patient, and
yeah,
he'll
he
go.
has to be more aggressive.
Yeah, you have to be aggressive against Beneteau. He's going to be patient. He's not in any hurry. Beneteau is not in a hurry to get off the court.
Right.
He'll go there and he'll play all day. Not anything crazy like Nadal, not anything maestro like Federer, but Beneteau will play you all day long and look up at his wife and kids or child and say, "Hey, baby, how are you?" He'll just take it easy, and then he'll give it his best.
Right.
So if you try to play that game with him, he's done it for so many years, you will lose that game. Go for it and try to get out of there in 3 sets. If not, Beneteau has a real big chance here. All right, so we're going to go into Nadal playing Kukushkin. Good for the gentleman from Kazakhstan to being in this position in the first place. Good match to watch. Kukushkin's a good player, but I think Nadal cruises.
Agree. I think Nadal will smoke him tomorrow.
I need Nadal to lose, by the way. I love Nadal. Don't get me wrong. I'm not hating on you, Rafa, but I removed you from my fantasy team to put in Dimitrov, and Dimitrov failed me in the first round, so she obviously has you, and I should have had you, but I dropped you off, and I'm sorry about that. But I need you to lose tomorrow so she can lose you, so I have a better shot of beating her.
You're dreaming if Nadal's going to lose tomorrow.
All right, so hopefully we're all clear on that. Just you might want to think about,
You can go to the next match. You're wasting your time.
Hey, I tried. All right, so my unseeded player tomorrow, Karen Kachanov. And I've been speaking about him for 2 weeks. Plays Baghdadis, who had Thiem retire against him, even though Baghdadis was up 2-1. I guess retiring was better than saying I'm number 4 or 5, 6 in the world, and I got beat by old school Baghdadis. Good for Baghdadis, but dang, Thiem. Anyway, I guess
I watched the interview with Thiem, but I didn't understand it was German. No, they asked, "Did anybody here that speaks English want to ask questions?" Nobody did, so it was all in German.
All right. Well, I'm glad he got to speak that in German, because my interview would have been like, damn, I had to retire because this old school dude was drilling me. Mm-hmm. And I'm sorry I had to do that for my fans, but I'll try to work harder. But I have no excuse for Baghdadis creaming me at Wimbledon. But my bad. My name's Dominic Thiem, and I'm dating Mladenovic.
Yeah.
And she's pretty, and she's doing well at Wimbledon, so don't hate on me so much because my girl's doing good. And I'm sorry I had to retire against Baghdadis because he was better than me that day, and I just couldn't shake his hand in the net afterwards and tell him that. So I had to, tell you I was hurt.
All right, so you got Kyrgios also.
All right, so Kyrgios tomorrow plays Haas. I have Kyrgios as a finalist. I think he rolls Robin Haas from the Netherlands, veteran, but Kyrgios sails.
In 3 sets.
3 sets.
Yeah.
Djokovic, Ceballos tomorrow. Djokovic sails.
3 sets as well.
Stéphane Robert. We've been talking about a lot of Frenchmen. Monfils, Arnaud Clement. We brought up Sean Grosjean, had the rolled up, flipped hat. He would roll. We roll up the brim and asked Vlad if he would comment on who the rest of the French players were. Ebden beat Goffin, so I bring up the match only because of that. But I'm not worried about Stéphane Robert or Ebden going much further.
Good for Ebden. Maybe he'll continue the winning streak.
All right, so for time constraints, I'm bringing up Jules Moore, the 27 seed, plays Gulbis. I like Gulbis here. Journeyman, longtime player, got a blistering game when he has it. If he doesn't have it, he's got a blistering losing game. But I like Gulbis over Jules Moore.
I think you have your definition wrong of journeyman. Gulbis is definitely not a journeyman.
Well, he's been everywhere, but
very, very rich family.
Well,
he's definitely not a journeyman.
But what has he won?
Nothing, but he's very
rich. So
rich.
he's a journeyman.
A journeyman is someone who is struggling, who plays the challenges, who has to go to these tournaments we've never heard of in these countries or towns we've never heard of remote. That's a journeyman. He's not a journeyman. He gets on his jet and goes to the next tournament.
All right, well, that's fine. I'm rooting for Gulbis here. Let's go, Gulbis. Let's go. Come on. Been following you for years. Let's do big things at this one, Gulbis. All right, Del Potro plays Feliciano Lopez, who today, as left-hander, beautiful one-handed backhand, set a record for 66 straight Grand Slam appearances. That is absolutely amazing.
It is amazing.
He plays Del Potro, and I can promise you it's not going to be an easy day for Del Potro.
No, it won't. I predict 4 sets in this one.
Yeah, I mean, let's be real. Del Potro and Feliciano Lopez are both really, really elegant tennis players in their own way, shape, and form. I'd love to see that match tomorrow. Moving forward for time constraints, Schwartzman, the little Argentinian guy, I don't mean to say the little, he's got a big game, but he's just little in structure, plays Vesely tomorrow. I'm surprised Schwartzman got this far. Good luck tomorrow for both guys.
Well, the player that Wawrinka's playing is also small in size, just a Schwartzman.
Good luck both of you, but I don't think the fourth round, one of you I don't think the fourth round.
Well, Schwartzman, if he wins and Fognini wins, they'll meet.
All right, next big match tomorrow. Denis Shapovalov, the 26th seed. Her boy plays Benoit Pierre. Classic match tomorrow. I'd really love to see this. Benoit Pierre, tall, silver hair. She loves Pierre. She loves Shapovalov. She likes them both. She thinks they're both hot stuff. But you know what? I like Pierre better than I like Shapovalov because Shapovalov has that floppy backhand. Anyway, great match. I would love to see this match tomorrow.
I'm definitely going to watch this.
I hope Shapovalov loses, not because I don't like you. I think you're great, Shapovalov, but...
I think this will be a good test for Shapovalov to see if he can go far on the Grand Slams.
Yeah,
it'll be definitely a good match. I mean, it'll be a tough one. I'm predicting 4 sets. I hope Shapovalov wins.
So she has you, Shapovalov, on her fantasy team. That's the only reason why I want you to lose, but I hope you do well. Fabio Fognini versus Bolelli tomorrow. Irrelevant for me, 2 Italians. Hey, one of them's going to the 3rd round, so good job, Italy.
Guess is Fognini.
Tomic versus Nishikori tomorrow. Go Tomic. I see Tomic growing up. I see Nishikori slowing down. I hope Tomic wins this. I discussed him as an unseeded player.
That's going to be a tough match for him, Justin, to win because Nishikori is going to return everything back.
All right, so go Tomic. Again, you seem relaxed and you seem like you're growing up. So good job. And also, good for you, Nishikori, but I think Tomic wins here. Edmund, her boy, the British gentleman, the young kid that has great court conduct, playing a U.S. player, Klon, that I think went to Stanford. Good match. I think Edmund does win this and get to the 3rd round.
Same here. I've never seen Klon play.
Last match notable for tomorrow. Taylor Fritz from the USA plays Sasha or Alexander Zverev. Tomorrow, good match. I think Zverev destroys him. However, if Fritz could win this match, we're making noise. Let's go, Fritz. But I think Zverev wins.
I'm going to root for the American guy, Fritz, on this one.
Yeah. So, hey, good match. Good luck to both young men. And ending, fantasy team for the men's. This is where Carla draws even with me. I have a Kyrgios Cilic final with the Cilic win. She has a Nadal Federer final.
I have a Nadal Cilic final.
Or she has a Nadal Cilic final with Nadal winning. So both of our finals are intact.
And I've lost no men.
She's lost no men, so she's done very well. So she's lost her finalist and her final winner for the women's. We both have our finalists intact for the men. So currently, I'm 3 women down and 2 men, and all my finals are intact. She's 3 women down and 0 men down, and one of her women's finalists are out, and her Kvitova winner for the women's is out completely. So I think it's neat.
I'm ahead.
She's ahead by a hair.
He's just dreaming.
All right, let me check time. 32:30. All right, so for the last 30 seconds, again, thank you so much for watching. Click a like below, subscribe below. I think I still have a chance of beating her for my 5th straight Wimbledon, but it's close. Thank you so much for watching. Keep the comments coming. Much love to everyone. And again, let's call next July 4th Global Tennis Day, or one of the other 5 options. So as Carla always says,
Adios.
Adios. See you tomorrow. Peace.